the most polluted countries in the world today. Once a land of tradition, China has quickly evolved into one of the world's largest economies. But with such great change comes huge consequences. Only 1% of China's population in the cities breathe air considered safe by the EU.
And whilst the car industry is struggling in the West, automakers here are making more than ever. Millions of bikes have turned into millions of cars, and the number of car owners just increase every day. China does know about its problem and have been taking some rather drastic measures to reduce its footprint on the environment. So what is going on here anyways?
Well, we'll go in depth and give you an idea of pollution in China. The city of Tianjin is one of China's most industrial city in China. For many years, the construction of urban drainage, sewage, and wastewater and electricity treatment has differed and lagged behind its actual environmental needs. Electricity, such as the one right next to me, sometimes gets too much or too little. It depends on how much money China gives to its banks to put into this issue. The government achieves its overall objectives, optimizing water consumption and reducing pollution loads, and electricity as well. So China's economy is benefiting from its greener solutions.
In the year 2000, China had their car industries booming, at their highest. Cars were cheap for good quality. It seemed like almost everyone had a car.
With the situation as it is now, there's no denying that something needs to be done. However, China must consider its ethics whenever it does anything.
The Chinese economy is booming, and car manufacturers here are still seeing strong sales despite the heavy losses reported by their Western counterparts. In order to go greener, China must set some restrictions.
That said, for about a month before the 2008 Beijing Olympics, half of Beijing's cars went off the road, thanks to a citywide ban of cars with license plates ending with either odd or even numbers, depending on the day.
Factories shut down, and large trucks were kept off the city limits.
These drastic measures proved to have worked.
So why not keep them? For one, China collects a massive amount of money from the automobile sales taxes.
Currently, taxes can increase by up to 25%, depending on how much pollution their cars emit.
While it used to be all about Ford and other foreign companies like Nissan, Toyota, and GM, now people are looking into Chinese-branded cars, mainly for the dramatic price drop. But we automatically think that because most things these days are made in China, that it's all safe and green, but this is not the case in these companies. For example, Great Wall cars, which is a very well popularly known Chinese car in China, which are cheap, yet don't help the environment at all. In fact, they worsen the conditions of the atmosphere.
By the year 2004, China made a commitment to install a bike lane. On every single public road that isn't a highway, there had to be a separate path next to it, which is going to be called a bike lane. The reduction in cars helped China in the long run. It helped the pollution, it helped the traffic levels, it helped immensely, and almost 8% of all of China's pollution with cars were taken care of.
China's pollution has a big impact on their kids. Just like the melamine and the milk incident some weeks ago, the air pollution is now taking its toll. The health risks are ridiculously high. Living in China for just 1 year is an equivalent to smoking an entire pack of cigarettes.
While some effort has been made, there are still some rough spots. Too many cars, too many factories, but at least we're trying. This is just one step closer to the finish.